Agent Strzok, did you provide any information to reporters, journalists, or media personalities about anything related to Trump-Russia investigation in 2016, 17, or 18?
No.
Did the press ever talk to you, Agent Strzok, about this issue? Did they ever come to you?
The Trump-Russia collusion investigation?
Did the press ever
No, sir.
come to you? I'm asking first, did you talk to them? I'm asking now, did they ever come to you about anything related to Trump-Russia investigation in 2016, 2017, or 2018?
I received a number of calls from various members of the media, particularly when I returned from the Office of Special Counsel. In every instance, I referred.
Prior to going on the special counsel team, did you get any inquiries from the press that you took?
Not that I took. I referred them to the Office of Public Affairs of the FBI.
Have you read the dossier?
I have.
Okay, and you wrote about it too, didn't you?
I don't know what you mean by writing about it.
We got an email that you sent. It should be presented there, or should be in front of you there. I want you to take a look at this. This is an email you wrote to Lisa Page, Bill Priestap, Jim Baker, Jim Rubicki, and CC'd Andy McCabe. Subject line is BuzzFeed's about to publish the dossier. You familiar with this email?
I am.
All right. Says this, comparing now, the set is only identical to what McCain had, parentheses, it has differences from what was given to us by Korn and Simpson. Did you write all that?
Congressman, let me answer it this way. The first, if I could address the chairman. Over the break, I was authorized by the General Counsel.
Hang on a second. I just want my time stopped if you could. Are you addressing me or the chairman?
I'd like to address the chairman because this is all going to come together in an answer.
Is there a question you want to direct?
No, it's something I wanted to answer your question from earlier based on something I've been told by the FBI.
Wait.
I think I'm aware of what the FBI told you, and you and I will have another chance to talk about that. But right now, the gentleman from Ohio controls the time.
You wrote this. That was the question.
So obviously,
wait. Look at that. Do you see the from?
So Congressman, here's
you see the from line? Do you see the from line?
Congressman, I do.
It says
and I
Peter
understand
Strzok. And then it says to Lisa Page and a whole bunch of other key people at the FBI. So did you write it?
I did write this.
All right, let me ask you a couple questions about it. It has differences from what was given to us by Korn and Simpson. Who's Korn?
Sir, to answer that question, and I would love to answer that question, and every part of me, and you know why I'd want to answer that question because you have this information.
Who's Simpson?
I have been, sir, if I may, I cannot answer that question.
You wrote about it. It's now public. Who's Korn? Who's Simpson?
Based on direction by the FBI, sir, I am not able to answer questions about ongoing investigative matters.
I just want to figure this out. I want to figure this out, Agent Strzok. You're referencing 3 copies of the dossier. The BuzzFeed copy you have, the one John McCain's staff gave to you, and the one that you said you got from Korn and Simpson. The one McCain gave to you and the one BuzzFeed has are identical in your words, but they have the Korn and Simpson one is different.
Sir,
this is kind of important.
It is important, and I want to answer your question. And here's the position that I'm in, Congressman. I have been directed. May I answer your question?
Mr. Chairman, may the witness be permitted
Mr.
to
Chairman,
answer the question?
Mr. Jordan repeatedly asks the question, doesn't let him answer it.
The gentleman from Ohio controls the time.
I have been directed that I may state that I have read the dossier, that I read the dossier as it came in parts and pieces.
You've already told me you read it. And I want to know who Korn and Simpson are.
And, sir, what I'm telling you is that I have been directed I may not state the various places where the FBI
let me ask you this. I got it. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Did you ever communicate with David Korn?
No.
Did you ever communicate with Glenn Simpson?
No.
Did you ever communicate with Nellie Orr?
No.
Did you ever communicate with Bruce Orr?
Yes.
When did you communicate with Bruce Orr?
My recollection is somewhere between possibly 3 or 4 or 5 times in the late 2016, early 2017 timeframe.
What did you talk about?
We talked about investigative matters that Mr. Orr was involved in.
Did you talk about the investigation we're focused on here, Agent Strzok?
My direction from the FBI is that I may not answer that question, sir.
I got it. Let's go back to the email that you sent that you won't talk about. Are there 3 copies of the dossier as evidenced by what you said in this email?
Sir, to be clear, I want to talk about this email. I want nothing more than answer your question because
you're not talking about it. You're not answering my questions. Are there 3 copies?
3 copies of what?
The McCain copy, the BuzzFeed copy, and the one that you got from Korn and Simpson.
Sir, the most I can say is we received a variety of copies of and different types of
Let me ask you one other
reports
question.
from
Let me
Steele.
ask you one other question. Glenn Simpson testified in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee on August 22nd, 2017. He was asked, did anyone from Fusion ever communicate with the FBI? His response, no. No one from Fusion ever spoke with the FBI. So here's what I'm having trouble understanding. If Glenn Simpson says no one ever spoke with the FBI, how is it that you got a copy of the dossier from Simpson?
Sir, I can tell you I never had contact with Fusion, with Mr. Simpson, with Mr. Korn. And again, sir.
Chairman, regular order.
The gentleman will have a few more seconds since he was interrupted.
Well, I mean, this is the frustration that every single member of this committee feels is when Agent Strzok won't answer, well, more importantly, the American people feel when Agent Strzok won't answer fundamental questions like the guy he references in an email, Korn and Simpson, and won't tell me who they are. This is unbelievable. But that's where it's gotten to now, and it's as frustrating as it can get, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Mr. Chairman, may I respond?
Briefly.
Sir, it is as frustrating to me as it is to you. I can tell you, sir, that I would love.
Well, you know what,
if there's
Agent
an appropriate-
Strzok?
Mr. Chairman, may the witness be permitted to answer.
If it's so, if
Gentlemen will suspend.
it's so frustrating, answer the question.
If you'll allow him to, I'm sure he will.
He has never answered the question who
Stop
Korn and Simpson
interrupting
are.
him.
We're about
The
to.
gentleman instruct the
about-
gentleman from Ohio to stop badgering and
We're
allow him to answer the
about-
question.
We're about to move on. The gentleman from Ohio's time's expired. And we're about to move on where Mr. Strzok can answer a question that he refused to answer earlier on advice of counsel. And I'm going to yield to Mr. Gowdy for the purpose of doing that right now.
Mr. Chairman, before Mr. Gowdy starts, may I respond to Mr. Jordan?
Very briefly.
Very briefly, sir, I would love to do that. There is an appropriate time for oversight, and as you well know, that is at the end of an investigation once it's concluded. I am certain Congress will absolutely have the opportunity to look at any investigation once it's closed, ask all these questions, and I would love to answer each and every one of your questions
Mr.
once
Strzok,
the FBI allows me
we
and the
already
investigation
know
is
that
done.
answer from you, and you have already been advised that you can answer the questions here, because guess what? This is the United States Congress where you're testifying, not under the jurisdiction of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And
Mr.
for that
Chairman, we cannot be asking about an ongoing investigation that is sabotaging an ongoing investigation by this committee, and that's what he's not cooperating with, and we should not do it.
It is
and he
not-
cannot cooperating with that.
It is. These questions are table-setting questions regarding the formation of this, and he can answer those questions, but
Cannot answer
he's
questions
been
regarding an
advised by
ongoing
the FBI
investigation.
that he can, and so Mr.
He's been
Gowdy's
advised by the FBI that he cannot.
No, he's been advised that he can, and Mr. Gowdy's going to again ask his question.
Gentleman from Ohio has asked for 15 seconds.
So, Agent Strzok, who's being square here? Glenn Simpson says no one from Fusion spoke with the FBI. You say in your email, we got a copy of the dossier from Simpson.
Mr. Chairman,
being square?
regular order.
Agent Strzok, I want to go back to this email you sent on January 10th regarding the BuzzFeed pending publishing of BuzzFeed publishing of the dossier. You have that in front of you again?
I do.
Okay, my last round of questioning, you said you spoke with Bruce Orr several times in the 2016-2017 time period. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
Okay. And at the time you were working with Mr. Orr, did you know that he was meeting with representatives from Fusion, including Glenn Simpson?
May I consult with counsel, sir?
You sure can. You could hold my time, please.
Sir, again, I would like to answer your question, and it's a short and easily answerable question, but at the direction of the FBI, I cannot discuss the content of the operational matters that I discussed with Mr. Orr.
I appreciate that, Agent Strzok. At the time you were meeting with Bruce Orr, did you know that his wife, Nellie, worked for Fusion?
Again, I believe the same answer. Stand by, sir, again, please. I'm sorry about the time. Sir, again, I'm sorry. I would like to answer that question, but at the direction of the FBI, because it relates to an ongoing operational matter, I can't.
Let's go back to the email. I just want to make sure I understand this. It sounds like in your email you're saying comparing now, it sounds like there are 3 copies but 2 different versions. The set you are examining and referencing to your colleagues, you say is identical to what McCain had. again referring to the dossier, and then you're saying the one from Korn and Simpson. You won't tell me who those individuals are, but that one is different. Is that an accurate reading of your email?
Sir, it isn't, and I think to give you the content or the context of that comment, I would have to. I have to tell you, sir, this is more frustrating for me than it is for you.
I'm not sure about that,
To frame that, to give you an accurate answer, I would have to give you the context of what was going on, which includes details that I've been instructed by the FBI that I may not provide.
Well, there's another email down below on the one you're looking at, which talks about BuzzFeed has 16 of the reports. Looks like they have 16 of the, I believe, 17 sections that made up the entire dossier. Is that an accurate reading there?
Sir, again, it's not an accurate reading. I
right.
would tell you what the FBI has told me I may say in answer to the dossier is that.
Well, that's not an accurate reading. That's what it says. BuzzFeed has 16 of the reports.
Well, sir, that is a literal reading, but understanding what that means would it require me to provide information that is beyond the scope of what the FBI has permitted me to tell you.
Well, we'd sure like to know. I want to refer you to, I don't know that you have this in front of you, but this is the House Intelligence Committee's report. Chapter 6, there's a footnote on page 113, and it says this. In late March 2017, Daniel Jones met with the FBI regarding PQG, the Penn Quarter Group, which he described as exposing foreign intelligence or foreign influence in Western elections. He told the FBI that PQG was being funded by 7 to 10 wealthy donors located primarily in New York and California who provided approximately $50 million. He further stated that PQG had secured the services of Steele, his associate, and Fusion GPS to continue exposing potential Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Are you familiar with this meeting Mr. Jones had with the FBI?
I'm not, and I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I'm not aware.
I'm going from the intelligence report that the majority issued from the House Intelligence Committee.
I'm not aware of that meeting or who that is.
Have you ever spoke with Daniel Jones?
No.
Do you know Mr. Jones at all?
I do not.
All right. I want to go back to one more question I asked you the first round, Mr. Strzok. Mr. Simpson, when he did testify in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee, was asked about Fusion. No one from Fusion ever spoke with the FBI. Is there any way that that contradicts what's in the email that I've been referencing with you?
I don't know. I can tell you I have not spoken to Mr. Simpson.
You've not spoken to Mr. Simpson.
I have not.
I asked you that the first time. All right. I thank the chairman, and I thank the gentleman from South Carolina for yielding. I yield back to the gentleman.
The chair would note that several of the questions asked by the gentleman were not answered by the witness on the advice of his counsel, and I presume through the FBI. And we will note those questions so that we can address them at a future time, because I find it stunning that they are not allowing you to answer those questions, Mr. Strzok.
Just a couple questions. Agent Strzok, in earlier round, you said you never talked to Glenn Simpson, right?
Correct.
And you never talked to Nellie Orr.
Correct.
And you wouldn't say whether you knew if Nellie Orr worked for Fusion. Is that correct?
My understanding from my direction of the FBI is I'm not permitted to answer that question.
Okay. But you did say you talked with Bruce Orr, fellow Department of Justice employee, and Nellie Orr's husband.
Yes.
But it is common knowledge that Nellie Orr worked for Fusion in the summer of 2016. Is that right?
I don't know if it's common knowledge or not.
It's been in all kinds of reports.
Oh, it is now,
all kinds
yes,
of
absolutely.
press reports. All right. You met with Bruce Orr in 2016 and 2017, so the time period that we're focused on.
To the best of my recollection, yes.
All right. And you won't tell me what you guys talked about.
Sir, I can tell you we talked about operational matters that he was involved in, but the
won't
FBI
tell
has
me-
directed me not to give you, not to detail
Specifically,
those
you can't
specifics.
get
Yes,
into
sir.
specifics and details. Did Bruce Orr give you any documents?
Sir, same answer. I would like to answer that question, but the FBI has directed me not to get into.
You can't. My understanding is, Mr. Chairman, the discussions we've had with the FBI, he's allowed to tell us those kind of pieces of information. I'm not asking what the documents were. I'm just asking, did Bruce Orr ever hand you documents?
I understand full well what your question is, sir, and I would love to answer it. My understanding from the FBI is when it comes to operational details, including whether or not we collected evidence or didn't, that I'm not permitted to answer that. Sir, I would love to answer that question. All these.
I mean, you understand where I'm coming from, right, Agent Strzok?
Sir, I understand your frustration, and what I'm here to tell you is I think the answers would set you at ease.
Yeah, you understand. We got an email from you briefing everybody on the team, all the key players, Rabicki, Baker, Page, Maffa, Priestep, and Andy McCabe. And in that email, you say the dossier that you are now looking at that BuzzFeed is printing has differences from the one given to us by Korn and Simpson. Earlier today, I asked you who Korn and Simpson is, and you wouldn't answer that. It's kind of funny to me because yesterday, David Korn tweeted out, he's the Korn in your email. So the guy himself's identified himself. We all know it's David Korn, and then the other name is Simpson. So you have this, and we're wondering how the dossier got to, or if, more importantly, if the dossier got to the FBI through media sources, not just through Christopher Steele. And of course, we know Nellie Orr worked for the guy you're mentioning, Glenn Simpson. She worked for him the whole time. You've never had conversations with her, but you did have a lot of important conversations on operational matters and ongoing investigations with her husband, Bruce Orr, who's also happened to be reassigned at the Department of Justice. And I'm just one, and you've said that, well, you won't answer the question whether Mr. Orr has given you documents or not. So I'm just wondering if that was the route. Was that the route the dossier went? Glenn Simpson to Nellie Orr, to her husband, and then to you.
Sir, I understand.
That's my frustration.
I understand your question. I understand your frustration. I understand the absurdity of something produced that you're reading that I've been directed not to answer questions about. The best I can
More
do
importantly,
is tell
that
you
you
I
wrote.
would like to answer you, and I'm afraid it's an answer that would both reassure you and disappoint you.
Well, we're going to be asking, I think, Mr. Chairman, if it's okay with you, we're going to be asking the FBI and the Department of Justice to give us those documents that may or may not have been exchanged between Mr. Orr and Agent Strzok. I think that's something this committee would like to have and see what those, if in fact there were documents, what the heck they were. I got a minute. I'll yield it to
Sir, you're going to love this, and it's going to upset the vote. I have been instructed that the FBI has now told me that I can answer questions about the receipt of the documents. So I will defer, Mr. Chairman, if you would like to
how
hear
convenient.
that or take your vote.
The gentleman may proceed with his questions, and you may answer.
May I confer with counsel briefly to see if this is completely unbounded or if there are any limitations on what I may say?
Well, I got a lot of questions I've asked all day long.
Let's ask the one you've been told you can answer.
All right, so let's hear the answer to this one.
Which question, sir?
The one that's on the table about the documents.
Sir, the documents we received from a different source in the initial batch in mid-September.
Wait. No. I'm not understanding. You said you got, go back. Did you get documents from Bruce Orr?
Yes. At some point, we received material from Mr. Orr.
You got documents from Bruce Orr. And what were those documents?
We received documents from Mr. Orr, not me. Excuse me, sir.
I can maybe make it simpler. Agent Strzok, was it the dossier?
Sir, what I am authorized to tell you, in response to a question, did you receive any documents from Bruce Orr, the FBI has directed me that I may say, not me, the FBI received documents and material from Mr. Orr.
Did you? I appreciate
sir.
that. I appreciate that. But you did not from Mr. Orr?
No.
Okay. But the FBI did get documents from Bruce Orr?
Yes, sir.
Did they get the dossier from Bruce Orr?
My direction from the FBI, as I may tell you, the FBI received material from Mr. Orr.
Now, this
Congressman, I am
this is amazing. This
as
is amazing. So
flummoxed
Nellie
and
Orr,
aggravated as you are.
Nellie Orr works for Fusion, works for Glenn Simpson, and she's giving documents.
Regular
to Bruce
order,
Orr,
please.
who's
Let
then
us
giving
bring the
them to
director of the FBI to answer those questions. The gentleman cannot answer.
Well,
He's asked and answered.
The American people
He's asked
can
and
figure
answered.
this
He
out.
cannot answer.
The gentlewoman.
Let's have Director
the regular order
I
is.
understand, Mr. Chairman. Regular order.
The FBI has now instructed Mr. Strzok that he can answer additional questions, and Mr.
Hey, Agent Struck,
But
I asked
Gordon
him other
has
questions.
additional time to get the answers to those
He
questions
is
that he
going
earlier
beyond
was
the
stored
scope
and
of
didn't
what
get
the
it.
FBI approved.
Has the FBI also given you permission to say if Glenn Simpson is the name that you use when in the email where you say Simpson?
I don't believe they have given me guidance. My most recent understanding of my guidance from the FBI is in response to the question of whether the FBI received documents from
Has the
Mr.
FBI
Orr.
given you-
The answer is that yes, we did, and
Has
that
the
is
FBI
all I'm
given you
authorized to say.
Has the FBI given you information to tell me whether you knew Nellie Orr worked for Fusion at the time you were meeting with her husband?
Sir, to my knowledge, the FBI has not directed me to or allow me to respond to that.
All right. I yield back. Thank you.